quickly let's understand what's the story. It's been building up for a while. There was a tax notice. The game has now upped. It could be as much as 31,000 crore rupees collectively. Over 80 companies, online gaming companies to be particular, they are facing a retrospective taxation, but they're saying that we have paid up. We paid up on the basis of what we knew as far as GST is concerned. What's the big story here, Kartik?
Shweta, the big story is that the government in its 50th GST Council meeting said that we are only clarifying and we are not changing the GST rate on online gaming. In the same breath, the government also said that there is going to be no distinction between game of chance and game of skill. So online gaming, e-gaming, all of that sort of, came into the highlight, of the GST 50th Council meeting. And the government said that there's going to be 28% tax on face value and not really on the platform fee. I think what the gaming companies really wanted was that, okay, instead of 18, we are happy to pay 28%, but that 28% is going to be on the platform fee we charge, not on every rupee that gets planted onto the platform for gamers to play with. So the winning prospect of a gamer then gets reduced because on every 100 rupees that you put in a gaming platform to play, you say 28 rupees of that is straight away going as GST. So their chances of making a winning of even a rupee then go up 29 times. So they've got to make 29 rupees to make 1 rupee of winning, because 28% straight away goes into tax. And even this 1 rupee which they earn is actually subject to a tax of 30% or so. So overall, that has been the bone of contention between gaming companies and Government of India. Now, this GST order which has now come, 80 companies, and now the total volume of GST evasion, as the government is calling it, is at about 31,000 crore rupees. Now, gaming companies are saying that this is retrospective and they are likely to move court again. Remember, I think in the case of Gamecraft, the matter was, cleared by Karnataka High Court in favor of Gamecraft. And it said that government cannot charge because the rules are ambiguous. So the government cannot charge whatever, I think 22,000 crore rupees or, whatever the government was claiming was due from Gamecraft. And now it seems that with these added on Delta Corp, on other 80 companies, the added retrospective tax is now to a tune of about 31,000 crore rupees, which is obviously going to make a dent in the gaming companies.
All right, and there has been a movement on that case as well. Government moved after Karnataka High Court order. Government, the Directorate General for GST collection, they moved to Supreme Court.
That's right.
Supreme Court has stayed
the Karnataka
matter,
High Court,
which essentially
order.
means that this is still in the realm of speculation whether this retrospective taxation will be applicable or not.
And
the online
is it fair
gaming
to call it retrospective, because the government said we did not change the tax rules, we only clarified the tax rules.
Right, and players have been paying up GST. So I think it's somewhere, I mean, if you come to think of it, so far they've been paying taxes, they've been paying 18% and the government been accepting that.
18% on face value versus now the requirement 28%. Of 28% on the entire amount.
All right.
On platform fee versus face value.
Absolutely, and that is going to be a bummer for a lot of online gaming companies. Gaurang, what's your view on online gaming companies? Is there a future as far as e-gaming is concerned in India?
Honestly, I think the attraction towards dabbling has never been at a lower level as far as India is concerned. And, though we don't have any specific coverage on any of these companies, what I would, just a perception over here, Shweta, I think there has to be clarity with respect to online and offline gaming. With the kind of policy changes by the government or by the GST Council, and the recommendation that have come through does create an atmosphere of a hanging sword, which with a lot of uncertainty and no clarity. And whenever whenever the matter ends up in either a High Court or a Supreme Court, unless and until you have a decisive outcome or a judgment or an order, there will be choppiness and volatility. Unfortunately, we don't have any coverage on either online or offline gaming companies, so I won't give any stock-specific recommendations or replies with respect to buy, sell, and hold. But I think one needs to be cautious, and like I mentioned, unless we have clarity, there is always going to be choppiness and volatility with respect to news flow.
Now, Gaurang, certainly because you don't have coverage on gaming stocks, but for a company like Delta Corp, which has a market capitalization of about 4,000 crore, a tax notice of 17,000 crore seems like a death blow, right?
Well, this is the top of this is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, you don't know what will happen next. So, assuming anything is going to be also equally catastrophic, Suyash. So let's not jump the gun.